get this video completed. I'm gonna get OBS up, start recording. As Epstein Files documents sent to the FBI are horrifying. 14 hours ago. Let's read what some of these comments say. Please do never stop until these people are held accountable. 487 likes. I'm gonna give it a 489th like. At this point, I don't believe the system has failed. I believe it's working just as they designed it. You're not wrong, brother. Just think about Kash Patel, Pam Bondi, Todd Blanche swore to Congress that there was absolutely no credible evidence in these files. Why are they still in their jobs? That's a good question. Hold on. Include YouTube here. I'm gonna pull up. I hate when it opens a new tab like that. Kash Patel saying no evidence in files. Let's see. This is what they're talking about right here.
3 reasons we chose our big thick mattress. There's strong edge support, high density foam.
Love the ads. Skip. This is exactly what they're talking about if you don't know already.
Who else did he traffic?
Hold on. Why does he look so nervous? He looks super nervous.
Who else did he traffic these young women?
Nervous much, Kash Patel?
Who else did he traffic these young women to?
In terms of what the investigation, again, going back to 2008, Mr. Acosta, who limited the investigation and limited the search warrants and limited the parameters of the investigation, the only thing we are able to speak to publicly, because he was given a non-prosecution agreement by Mr. Acosta, is that first time period from, I believe, don't quote me on this, 97 to 2001-ish. And then when the Trump administration courageously reopened it.
Ask you to interrupt me. I'm going to run out of time. You've seen most of the files. Who, if anyone, did Epstein traffic these young women to besides himself?
Himself. There is no credible information. None. If there were, I would bring the case yesterday that he trafficked to other individuals. And the information we have, again, is limited.
So the answer is no one?
For the information that we have.
In the files?
In the case file.
Okay. Now, President Trump has deferred.
No one?
Will you work with me on this issue so we know who worked with Jeffrey Epstein in building these sex trafficking rings?
Absolutely, Senator. Child sex trafficking has no place in the United States of America, and I will do everything, if confirmed as FBI director, to make sure the American public knows the full weight of what happened in the past and how we are going to countermand missing children and exploited children going forward.
Thank you. Will you work with me on...
That's all cap. And I apologize in advance if I sound a little sick. I called off work today because I woke up not feeling well. I went in 2 days before and I wasn't feeling well. So I woke up feeling a little worse today, so I just called out. When did I get here? Okay, well, let's get back into the video here. Without further ado, we're just gonna get this show on the road here. After this ad.
What's the problem?
Zoom just makes my
Skip.
Today we're reading one of the most disturbing documents in the Epstein Files. A lawyer representing a victim sent a formal letter laying out detailed allegations, claimed photograph evidence, and descriptions investigators were urged to verify. 2 really bad documents that I found in the Epstein Files. I cannot believe what I just read. It might be hard to even put this in the video. A lot of blurring and bleeping. Disclaimer now, this is a rough one. Here we go. Everything discussed.
Okay. Shout out to Cuff Boys for always upload videos on these files and other court cases and stuff. If you don't already know, Cuff Boys, two Y's, Cuff Boys follows everything, like all of it. He's got the dirt case. He's got the Logan Paul case, the Luigi Maggione case. Sorry. He's got the YNW Melly case. He's got all this stuff. All this stuff. If you want to go check him out, link will be in the description below. Now, back to the video.
Comes from public.
Disclaimer: this video contains commentary on publicly available documents. All individuals discussed are presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. The information presented here is for educational, informational, entertainment purposes only and should not be taken as legal advice or as blah 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 blah.
Publicly available documents. Alright, so this first one is an email to Audrey Strauss, a U.S. attorney, back in 2020. On behalf of Marsh Law Firm and Joanna Silberg, PhD, we write to provide information about one of our clients, redacted, there's an initial to, woman who has reported that in redacted the year, she was used by individuals meeting the descriptions. Dr. Silberg is an internationally renowned expert in severe childhood SA and dissociation. Circumstances of Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. She also has information about other possible co-conspirators with them. The same co-conspirators that are obviously not arrested for any of this. The first full sentence redacted, much of the essay and some of it's documented in the images she has provided.
No other co-conspirators. Yeah, Gash Patel. None. No one. Okay, buddy. Okay, buddy.
This. The first full sentence redacted, much of the essay and some of it's documented in the images she has provided has been violent and sadistic, redacted. She is articulate and recalls in detail certain events relating to her A in New York. Her statements appear to be corroborated by documents and photographs that she has provided. She traveled to New York with her parents and brother soon after she turned redacted. Her passport visa, which we have a copy of, confirms this. Her parents and brother went to Atlanta seeking treatment, leaving her with foster parents Mike and Sheila in Brooklyn. So her family dropped her off in Brooklyn to these two people, foster parents or whatever, I guess. Sounds like some shady shit. Wouldn't be surprised if this was another situation where the family is selling the victim off in a way. Does not think these are their real names. She believes that Sheila's real name is Barbara Levin or Levine. She reports that her...
Hold on. So you're telling me that this lady's parents, foster parents, just dropped her off to two random people in New York? It's a little bit weird. It's a little bit sus.
Foster parents essayed her and trafficked her, including at parties and at Fancy Rich House in New York City. There's evidence suggests that the Fancy Rich House was Epstein's New York City mansion and that Epstein and Maxwell groomed and essayed her at the house. She described the owner of the Fancy Rich House as someone with curvy hair on top and big fat eyebrows. She heard him called Jeffrey. She recalls massaging him with oil and being aided by him. He wore suits, but when he wanted to do sexual things, he wore a towel. She remembers a woman at this fancy house who seemed very important. She was tall, thin, with short, dark brown hair and brown eyes, wore suits and other sophisticated clothing, spoke with a British accent. The woman's name had an N sound in it and was something Lane. She reported that Ghislaine taught her and other girls like her and older than her to use oil to touch men like Jeffrey. Ghislaine took off Redacted's clothes and showed Redacted what to do by...
An IQ of 85 to 115 is considered average.
We
in the
love
US.
ads.
Putting oil. Jesus. Ghislaine is such an evil piece of to use oil to touch men like Jeffrey. Ghislaine took off Redacted's clothes and showed Redacted what to do by putting oil. Jesus. Ghislaine is such an evil piece of shit. Like, she doesn't deserve to be alive, I don't care. And the fact that it's even a possibility that she is requesting a pardon is sickening. Like, complete selfish piece of shit. Jeffrey's in the room and Lane...
Yeah, dude. If y'all aren't up to date with any of the stuff that's going on with these files, I don't blame you for not wanting to know what's going on, but there's a lot of powerful people in our government, 99% of them, prior and current, that are in these files, including our president, go figure. Ghislaine Maxwell is serving 20 years for her wrongdoing. I believe it's 20 years for her wrongdoing in this, which is... it's too low of time in my opinion. Anyways, besides that, she's asking Donald Trump for a pardon, and she'll say exactly what, went on if she got this pardon. And she's not talking now, but like, who knows what she's gonna say is true or not, or she's gonna say anything. But she doesn't deserve a pardon, in my opinion. She deserves life at very minimum.
Complete
Disgusting.
Jeffrey's in the room when Lane showed what to do. Lane said that to do whatever men told her to do after the rubbed oil. This happened many times with Jeffrey, other men too. She said the rich fancy house was located on 9th on 71st Street in Manhattan near the big park. Epstein's mansion was on 90 71st Street in Manhattan, just off Central Park. At least 6 stories, off-white in color with many bedrooms, a large arched door with a scary man on top and 2 smaller doors on either side with women on top. And that obviously matches what the building looks like. Gargoyles and shit. Large chandelier with a large adult doll on it and many photographs of important people that is consistent with media descriptions of the house furnishings. Around the house there were images that were like scribbles or abstract art images of body parts such as photographs of female buttocks, pictures of important people in suits. According to Redacted, there were many girls in the fancy rich house with Jeffrey and Ghislaine, but most of them were older than Redacted reported the bigger girls were placed in certain rooms at the fancy rich house, while younger girls, such as Redacted, were placed in other rooms. Sheila told Redacted that it cost more money to be with younger girls. Oh, sickening.
If you wanted to be in the separate group of younger ladies, you had to pay more money. That's actually horrible. This is getting worse and worse and worse.
Sheila told Redacted that it costs more money to be with younger girls. Oh, sickening. More money to be with the younger girls. These people need to die. If you're new to the channel, please hit subscribe. I appreciate the support. Back to the video, boys.
That's crazy. He flat out just... It's not funny, but they do need to be held accountable for all this. They should be in jail for life. All of them. Every single last one of them.
More money
Hat's
to
dope,
with
though.
Younger girls. These people need to die. If you're new to the channel, please hit subscribe. I appreciate the support. Back to the video, boys. She started opening up about all this to her new therapist, not Dr. Silberg yet. Redacted started receiving on her phone photographs of her and other frightening images. The therapist has confirmed that she told no one except Dr. Silberg about what was disclosed. Hold on. So she was getting threats of some kind, it sounds like, to her phone. It sounds like a therapist was leaking this shit, right? I mean, that's insane. About the same time, Redacted foster father Mike, who has continued to contact her over the years, called Redacted saying that if she disclosed the abuse to anyone, the horrible things that previously happened to her would continue. Redacted believes that Mike and others delivered the images to her as threats to keep her quiet and perhaps to cause her to hurt herself. Redacted provided the images, many of which depicted child's abuse to Dr. Silberg, who understood they were illegal to process and promptly turned them over to Redacted. Okay, so this doctor turned them over to probably law enforcement. How are these foster parents not arrested? Someone explain to me. How? There's got to be evidence of these text messages somewhere. They could have got a subpoena for text. Like, what are we doing? I don't understand.
Yeah, like the foster parents who took her to New York, dropped her off to these random people, and the doctor reporting it. Where are the foster parents? What happened with that? They should be in jail for life too. Lock them up and throw away the key. Throw away the key in the deepest, darkest parts of the ocean, brother.
How they're not arrested. 2 of the images sent to Dr. Silberg were reviewed and forwarded to Redacted, where a girl resembling Redacted being R-worded by an adult male on a turquoise couch. She believes this happened at the fancy rich house. Dr. Silberg has reported that one of the 2 images shows a window, perhaps with a dark mullion behind the adult male and a vista beyond the window of an off-white building and trees. Here he has cropped a non-explicit portion of the image showing the upper torso of the man, the couch, and the window. What the This is disturbing. So look, there's the trees and buildings, and there's the house that they think it is in the background. Wow.
Has Kyrie texted you back?
I don't want to talk about it.
How was the math test?
Don't.
Ow.
I hate these ads. I'm just gonna cut out the ads because this is wild. But yeah, it could line up. The trees.
So look, there's the trees
There's
and
the
buildings,
trees.
and
there's the trees. That's the house that they suspect all this was going down in. Described as 6 stories high. You know, the archway, all that stuff, which you can't really see from here, but I'm assuming they have they looked at other photos of this place, and it's the kind of the same description, probably the same exact location right across from Central Park. All that. So this is what they assume to be the house.
there's the house that they think it is in the background. Wow. I didn't even read this full document yet. This is so bad. This vista appears to correspond to what might have been seen from the bedroom window on the high floor of the room, looking south over the back of the Frick Museum and another limestone building on the south side of the 71st Street between Madison and 5th Avenue. So what this explains to me is that the FBI got this video that is clear evidence of something happening in this New York property with her foster parents, with literally a video of what's going on, and nothing happened, especially to the foster parents. Here's a May 2009 Google Maps street level image of East 71st Street looking west. Epstein's mansion is on the right side of the photo, and the back of the Frick Museum and other limestone buildings on the left side. Law enforcement with access to the images may be able to sharpen the image and examine the metadata and compare them with known information to confirm whether the vista at the window and the photographs match the view from Epstein's mansion. They're also requesting to know if there's any scribbled abstract artwork or images with body parts or turquoise couch in the home. I mean, that's damning. If she's spot on about what's in this house, and this is in 2020 before all this was public, this is damning in general, but I mean, that's just the nail in the coffin. In order to compare the victim and the image on the turquoise couch with redacted here is a family photograph. Photograph shows significant injury to her face and neck. Oh my God. Photograph of her from New York to Israel wearing headphones and leaning against looks like an airplane passenger seat. And this is a stock image of the airline she flew on with the exact same headphones. So they're just corroborating all the details of her literally flying on an exact airline, what it was like in...
So if they have all this information in 2020, before any of this was released, why didn't anything happen? Why didn't anything happen to these foster parents? Why didn't anything happen with this house? Why didn't they raid this house? I get Jeffrey Epstein. I think he killed himself in 2016, if I'm not mistaken. Himself in his jail cell. But, I mean, this is ridiculous, bro.
1994 with the headphones and everything. Document comparing her face when visible and the PI held by redacted with pictures from her childhood helps substantiate that these pictures are her. More family photos. Photo which she believes was from Mike. Redacted has an additional image showing part of Mike's face, this time visibly participating in a redacted. Together, those two partial images of Mike's face may help identify him. How did they not have this guy's identity? How was he not arrested? He's on camera essaying a child. Someone explained to me how this girl was failed. That's what's happening here. She was failed. Last year, in addition to sending redacted images, stated that Mike told her foster mother Sheila was going to come to Israel and would take redacted to a nice family. She did not believe they would be nice at all. Jesus. So just like threatening her. So this girl's from Israel, I'm guessing. What the fuck?
Yeah, the government, the FBI did fail this poor young woman. Maybe because they didn't care because she was from Israel? Who knows?
While media stories have stated that Epstein and Maxwell's victims were mostly teenagers, there's evidence that suggests that they also abused younger girls. Jean-Luc Brunel reportedly provided Epstein a birthday gift of 12-year-old triplets, 2 times 8 years old. Redacted images presumably could be shown to other Epstein-Maxwell victims to see if they remember her. It is our understanding that at the Epstein New York mansion was referred to as redacted. Maxwell interviewed about her association with Mike and Sheila, as well as the memory of redacted. So lawyers saying they could even ask other victims to see if they recognize each other. You know what I mean? So disturbing that that's even a thing. Well, remember, the DOJ doesn't talk to victims, right? All these victims standing up in the room, raising their hand, Payne Bondi didn't acknowledge their existence, and they've never spoken to her once. And they want to come forward, and they've all tried to come forward. Here's the really bad part. The photo shows a girl, her face visible, who looks prepubescent with medium-length dark hair. Several Caucasian men are holding the girl's legs spread. Her V is visible and gashed, and there's blood coming out. I don't think...
Yeah, like he said, these people need to... I don't wish death upon nobody, but I hope God takes care of these people. Because that... Oh, man. Hold on. Let me see if I heard that correctly. I'm sorry for going back, if you didn't want to hear this again.
The girl, her face visible, who looks prepubescent with medium-length dark hair.
Prepubescent meaning... Pre-puberty meaning... very, 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 very underage. I mean, this should happen to nobody, underage or not. But that just makes it a lot worse. It's horrible either way.
Several Caucasian men are holding the girl's legs spread. Her V is visible and gashed, and there's blood coming out. I don't think... I don't even know if I can put this in the video. You can, but just... In the photo's foreground, a man with a white shirt appears to be inserting hand something into her. A round imprinted symbol of some kind is visible on the girl's leg on the underside of her left thigh. In the photo right hand corner, there's an arm with a green visible shirt. An arm holds the girl's knee in the air. There's a profile of a man with long sideburns, a beard, and a small bald spot on his head. In the photo's background, on the left there appears to be unclothed top torso of a man with what appears to be black shirt and a blue shirt appears to the left of the girl's face. On the photo's lower left, there's a green structure which is hard to identify. The girl's mouth looks bloody and her tongue is extended. There's a bruise on her left eye and a red mark on the left side of her neck. Her left shin is bleeding and there are purplish bruises on her abdomen. The girl recalls the actions taking place in this image. Jesus, I need a second. They didn't identify these guys. They're on camera. In photos. At least one or two has to be identifiable. Like, how are these guys not in jail? I don't understand. Our system has failed. Maxwell could...
He's got a very valid point. Like, you have all these people on camera. You have the technology to identify these people. You've had it for the last 20 years. From my understanding, from what I think I remember, he said this was in 2020. Or at least when the foster parents dropped off the kid in Manhattan, or the Bronx, or wherever they dropped her off. Can't remember, it's prior in the video. I believe he said that was in 2020. So, and I think that this happened at the exact same house. This is wild.
Be interviewed about her association with Mike and Sheila. There appears to have been and continue to be a connection between some of the perpetrators and Ukraine, Russia. Redacted has provided us 2 phone numbers she was instructed to call to connect her to traffickers, which have been confirmed to us by Deliver Fund, Mike Full of Love, to be located in Ukraine, another number in Ukraine, landline Ukraine. On September 3rd, 2019, one of the traffickers arranged through one of the Ukrainian numbers to see Redacted and did not show up. They received the following message. There it is. English translation for the above message is garbage. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? We are waiting at the train. Come. Garbage. There's a number at the top that might be traceable. Redacted continued to be threatened with phone messages about what would happen to her if she disclosed this stuff. For example, August 2019, she received a message on her phone depicting a mutilated woman with a message in Hebrew. This is what will happen to you if you talk, so be quiet. The sending number on her phone was redacted. When Redacted thinks about what happened to her, Redacted, it's very hard for her to talk about the situation, sometimes other parts of herself that appears little children can remember more, but she does remember the house, Jeffrey, Ghislaine, Mike, Sheila.
So they said that we will basically kill you, and this is what you'll look like if you let this word out to people.
Some of the abuse and some of the names of the people in the house abused her. She does not watch the news and does not know about any of this from television or news shows. She did not look at it from her own mind and memory. We reached out to a U.S. attorney advising him of Redacted connection to Epstein and seeking visa assistance for Redacted, who at the time considered coming to the U.S. for medical treatment. Communicated with the FBI. At this point, we have more complete information to provide, including information specifically relevant to Ghislaine Maxwell during 1997. Jennifer Freeman. This girl was completely failed. I cannot believe what I just read in that one paragraph with the picture. Alright, this one is insane. So this is a tip of a 68-year-old reporting being essayed in 2020. This document is on the website twice, so there's a duplicate, right? And they redacted different things in the different sets of documents. Look at this. Alright, so here's the paragraph, right? Same paragraph. Different stuff is redacted. And
Hold on, you're telling me you messed up that bad? You redacted different things in different documents, so you redacted different things in the other document, and it's the same document, and some stuff is unredacted in one and some stuff is unredacted in the other, and vice versa?
right? Same paragraph. Different stuff is redacted in the paragraph, in the different files.
Record, edit, and share your content, all in one place with Riverside.
It's the same paragraph. Insane. And this is on 5 pages. It's like this. How did they do so bad at this? I'm going to read it, and I'll point out a few spots where they fucked up the redactions in some of the files. When I was 68 years old, living at Redacted in Surrey, UK, I was drugged at night and driven by my father. Redacted to ring party. The main house I was taken to was isolated behind Thorpe Green at the end of the private road. Hurst Farm Livery Staples is next door. In the drive of this house, I was hit by a dark blue car with a personalized license plate ending in redacted, right? It's not redacted on here. DOY or D0Y. Driven by Prince Andrew. I was not taken to the hospital, but I suffered permanent injuries to my ribs, hip, and leg on my right side. The car's hood figurine broke off of my hand on impact, and I later buried it near my home, so it could still be recoverable as evidence. After I was hit by the car, I woke up to Prince Andrew forcing his mouth on mine and pushing my legs apart. He R-worded me. In the house, I was also tortured with household tools and penetrated with a beer bottle. I have medical records of the resulting infection. I once ran away from the house naked and made it to the redacted community down the road. Alright, so a lot to unpack there. They redacted everything Prince Andrew did right here. What's highlighted, they redacted about him R-wording her allegedly. But on the other document, it is not redacted. I mean, this is a complete and utter failure. I remember seeing and speaking to a man, so I think there may be Irish travelers living in the area who could corroborate what goes on there. I was also seeing another house that I later recognized as Frogmore Cottage when it's refurbished, was in the news in 2018. There I was restrained on a table and tortured with electrical shocks by Ghislaine Maxwell and surrounded by watching men. I remember seeing Prince Andrew's face redacted. It's not redacted on this one. After being R-worded by another man there, I tried to sneak out. Why did they redact that on this one about her being R-worded by another man? This is so bad. Maxwell caught me and beat me with the bristle end of a broom. She penetrated my V with the handle. She also threatened me, saying I deserved to die, and hit me in the face with the broom, breaking my nose. I was only taken to the hospital for a broken nose after a rugby match, so that the injury could be blamed on that.
Yeah, these people deserve something, brother. I can't tell you exactly what, but they're gonna get theirs.
Jesus, this is rough. Where did the crime incident occur? They state the address on this one, but on this one it's redacted. During this time frame, I also went on a yearly vacation, redacted, with my family to Florida, staying at my grandfather's house in Vero Beach. Why is Florida and Vero Beach redacted? That's stupid. I remember on one occasion being driven by my father over an hour away to a mansion with a gated driveway and a large rectangular swimming pool. I was molested by a man that I later recognized as Epstein when he was in the news. He also attempted to R-word me, but he could not force his round and misshapen pee inside me. He took photos of her. So why are they redacting things that Epstein allegedly did to this girl right here? They redacted that whole sentence that I just read. Around 2012, I had not fully processed all these memories, but I reported my father to the police after seeing a text from Ghislaine Maxwell on his phone saying I have 2 children and being triggered by it. Okay, so this girl reported her dad to the police. How is he not arrested? Her dad literally trafficked her, his own child, to Epstein and Ghislaine. I feel like there could be hundreds of arrests in this case, maybe even thousands. They weren't around. Like, what happened here? I believe it's possible my father being involved in the ring, even then, because
What happened is they don't care about their people. They don't care about the American people. They just don't. That's the end of the story. That's the end of it.
his own child, to Epstein and Ghislaine. I feel like there could be hundreds of arrests in this case, maybe even thousands. They weren't around. Like, what happened here? I believe it's possible my father being involved in the ring, even then, because he made visits to several local schools and disabled children's home. Disabled children's home. The White Lodge Center. In the end, he was not arrested and the case was not investigated. As a result, he was able to destroy a lot of evidence, such as photographs. Releasing Ghislaine Maxwell on bail would lead to the same outcome. So this is for Maxwell's bail at a certain point before her trial. I also remember another victim being redacted. She was a year younger than me, so she may have been as young as 5 years old at the time. She was taken out of an affluent primary school and sent to the worst school in the area where my mother worked. That's where I first recognized her, even though we supposedly never met. She was put in a class 2 years ahead and then went to the same secondary school as me. Redacted a year before I did. We never even spoken once. Redacted is the daughter of Redacted, my childhood friend. I remember some parties with me, and I remember one of us hiding behind a drape together. We discussed it, so I don't know what she remembers. I mean, just another file where it sounds like there could be people arrested and put in prison, but they're not for whatever reason. That's all I can take for today. I have more files. If you want me to, I can upload every day this week if you want me to. There's so many files to read through of shit like this, and I feel like it needs to be out there. This shit needs to be posted everywhere so we know that there's people that should be held accountable, and our government is not doing shit about it. So it's so f***ed up. Hit subscribe. Thank you guys. Peace out.
He's not wrong. These people are horrible and they need to be held accountable for it. For all of this. All of this. If you guys enjoyed the video, like the video, hit the subscribe button and the bell icon down below. That'll keep you updated on every single video I upload on this channel. We are a lifestyle channel, so we'll have a little bit of everything that I do in my life on this channel. We upload daily. Don't know if I just said that because my brain is going on and on and on. Go check out Cuff Boys. Again, like I said in the beginning, the link will be down in the description below. Go check out my TikTok and my Instagram. Those will be linked in the comments. Listen to me. Those will be linked in the bio of my YouTube channel, and if it's not linked in the bio, the names will be typed out in the bio. I'd really appreciate it if you just type TikTok.com or open up your TikTok app, Instagram app, and just search me up in the search bar. I upload there daily as well. And yeah, we're not going to hold you any longer. This has been Epstein Files. Documents sent to the FBI are horrifying. And that's going to be it for this video. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. It's been your boy Health Plays, and until next time, I'm out. Peace and love. God bless.